మీడియా మిత్రులకు నమస్కారం. 79వ స్వతంత్ర దినోత్సవాన్ని పురస్కరించుకొని భారత ప్రధాని నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారి పిలుపు మేరకు హర్ ఘర్ తిరంగా కార్యక్రమం దేశవ్యాప్తంగా నిర్వహించడం జరుగుతోంది. అయితే భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీ దేశవ్యాప్తంగా కూడా జాతీయ నాయకత్వం ఆధ్వర్యంలో తెలంగాణలో కూడా నిర్వహించబోతోంది. ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి సంబంధించిన వివరాలన్నీ కూడా భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీ రాష్ట్ర ఉపాధ్యక్షులు హర్ ఘర్ తిరంగా రాష్ట్ర కన్వీనర్ మనోహర్ రెడ్డి గారు ఇప్పుడు వివరిస్తారు. వారితో పాటు ఈ తిరంగా కమిటీలో నేను రాష్ట్ర అధికార ప్రతినిధి రాణి రుద్రమ మరియు సెవెల్ల మహేందర్ గారు బీజేవైఎం రాష్ట్ర అధ్యక్షులు ఉన్నారు. వారితో పాటు ఈ ప్రెస్ కాన్ఫరెన్స్లో మిగిలినటువంటి తిరంగా కమిటీకి సహాయ సహకారాలు అందిస్తున్నటువంటి కార్యకర్తలు, నాయకులు, బీజేవైఎం నాయకులు, కార్యకర్తలు కూడా పాల్గొంటున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు మనోహర్ రెడ్డి గారు ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి సంబంధించినటువంటి వివరాలన్నీ కూడా మీతో షేర్ చేసుకుంటారు.
నమస్కారం. భారత ప్రభుత్వము అదే రకంగా భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీ తరపున ఈ 79వ స్వతంత్ర దినోత్సవాన్ని పురస్కరించుకొని దేశవ్యాప్తంగా గత 3 రోజులుగా తిరంగా ర్యాలీ కార్యక్రమాలు దేశవ్యాప్తంగా జరుగుతూ ఉన్నాయి. ఊహించని విధంగా పాఠశాల విద్యార్థులు, కళాశాల విద్యార్థులు, యువతీ యువకులు పెద్ద సంఖ్యలో ఈ యాత్రలలో పాల్గొంటున్నారు. అదే రకంగా 15వ తేదీ నాటికి స్వతంత్ర దినోత్సవం నాటికి ప్రతి ఇంటిపైన త్రివర్ణ పతాకాన్ని, జాతీయ జెండాను ఎగురవేసుకొని దేశభక్తిని, ఐక్యతను చాటాలని చెప్పేసి భారత ప్రధాని నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారు పిలుపునిచ్చారు. గత కొన్నేళ్లుగా భారతదేశం అనేక విజయాలను సాధిస్తున్నది. ఏ విజయం సాధించినా కూడా మరి ప్రజలందరూ కూడా పార్టీలకు అతీతంగా, కుల మతాలకు అతీతంగా, వయస్సుతోని సంబంధం లేకుండా జాతీయ జెండా అందరినీ ఐక్యం చేస్తున్నది. జాతీయ జెండాను చూడగానే ఒక ఎమోషనల్ అటాచ్మెంటు, అదే రకంగా ఒక సమగ్రతను, సమైక్యతను తెలియపరుస్తుంది. ఆ రకంగా ఈరోజు దేశ ప్రజలందరినీ కూడా ఐక్యం చేసినటువంటి ఘనత భారత ప్రధాని నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారికి దక్కింది. ఇటీవల పహల్గామ్లో మన భారత పౌరులను తీవ్రవాదులు హతమారిస్తే వెంటనే ఆ తీవ్రవాదులను హతమార్చి అదే రకంగా తీవ్రవాదుల యొక్క స్థావరాలను కూడా ధ్వంసం చేసి భారతదేశం యొక్క ప్రజలలో ఉన్నటువంటి సంకల్పాన్ని నెరవేర్చినటువంటి వ్యక్తి నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారు. ఇప్పుడు ఈసారి ఇంకా రెట్టింపు ఉత్సాహంతో ఆపరేషన్ సింధూర్ విజయవంతమైనటువంటి సందర్భంగా దేశ పౌరులందరూ కూడా ఈసారి మరింత రెట్టింపు ఉత్సాహంతో గ్రామ గ్రామాన, మండల కేంద్రాలలో, జిల్లా కేంద్రాలలో కూడా తిరంగా ర్యాలీలు పెద్ద ఎత్తున నిర్వహించుకోవాలని చెప్పేసి పిలుపునివ్వడం జరిగింది. ఆ పిలుపును అనుసరించి ఈరోజు పెద్ద ఎత్తున కార్యక్రమాలు జరుగుతున్నాయి. రేపు 14వ తేదీ ఉదయం 10 గంటలకు నెక్లెస్ రోడ్లో మరి ఉన్నటువంటి ఎంఎంటీఎస్ స్టేషన్ నుంచి ఒక తిరంగా ర్యాలీ ప్రారంభమవుతుంది. ఈ తిరంగా ర్యాలీలో జంట నగరాలకు సంబంధించినటువంటి విద్యార్థులు, యువకులు, పౌరులందరూ కూడా పెద్ద సంఖ్యలో పాల్గొని జయప్రదం చేయాలని చెప్పేసి నేను మీ ద్వారా కోరుతున్నాను. ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో రాష్ట్ర అధ్యక్షులు గౌరవనీయులు రామచంద్రరావు గారు పాల్గొంటారు. వారితో పాటుగా శాసన మండలి సభ్యులు ఏబిఎన్ రెడ్డి గారు, మల్క కొమరయ్య గారు పాల్గొంటారు. అదేవిధంగా జంట నగరాలకు సంబంధించినటువంటి బీజేపీ నాయకులు, కార్యకర్తలు, అదే రకంగా వివిధ కళాశాలల నుంచి విద్యార్థులు, కళాశాల యాజమాన్యాలు పెద్ద సంఖ్యలో పాల్గొనబోతూ ఉన్నారు. కనుక నేను మరొకసారి విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తున్న జంట నగరాల వాసులకు, వర్షం ఉన్నప్పటికీ కూడా రేపు నెక్లెస్ రోడ్లో తలపెట్టినటువంటి తిరంగ యాత్ర జరుగుతుంది. కాబట్టి మీరు అందరూ కూడా అధిక సంఖ్యలో పాల్గొని జయప్రదం చేయాలని చెప్పేసి తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. అదేవిధంగా రేపు ఎల్లుండి 2 రోజుల పాటు ఈ జంట నగరాలు కానీ రాష్ట్రంలో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రతి పౌరుడు కులమతాలకు అతీతంగా, వయస్సుతోని సంబంధం లేకుండా, భాషతోని సంబంధం లేకుండా, మరి ధనిక పేద అనేటటువంటి తారతమ్యం లేకుండా పౌరులందరూ కూడా తమ తమ ఇళ్లపైన జాతీయ జెండాను ఎగురవేయాలని చెప్పేసి మీ అందరిని కూడా కోరుతున్నాము. ఈ యొక్క తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రంలో సుమారుగా 40 లక్షల ఇండ్లపైన ఈ యొక్క జాతీయ జెండాలు ఎగురవేయాలనేది భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీ లక్ష్యంగా పెట్టుకున్నది. మరి మీ అందరి యొక్క సహాయ సహకారాలను బీజేపీ కోరుతున్నా. మనందరం కూడా ఐక్యమవుదాం. ఈ దేశం పట్ల మనము మన దేశభక్తిని చాటుకుందాం. మరొకసారి మనందరం కూడా ఐక్యంగా నిలబడదామని చెప్పేసి కోరుతున్నాను.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
சரிங்க மேடம். ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், குட் மார்னிங் டு யூ ஆல். என்னுடைய அன்பான காலை வணக்கம். ஸோ தி யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ் who have entered into PSG ITech on Saturday, and today being officially your first day, and the second year students who have entered a year back, possibly seen a year as an engineering student and entering into second year, which is an important year in the evolution of any engineering student. I take this opportunity to congratulate both of you. முதல்ல குறிப்பாக பிஹெச்டி ஐடெக்கில் கடினமாக படித்து உழைத்து பெரிய கனவுகளோடு இங்கே வந்திருக்கிறீங்க. அதற்காக உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய நெஞ்சார்ந்த வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். அந்த உழைப்பு உங்களுக்கு மட்டும்தான் தெரியும். அசாதாரணமான உழைப்பு கிடையாது. மிக கடுமையாக உழைத்திருக்கின்றீர்கள். எத்தனையோ பரீட்சைகளை பாஸ் பண்ணணும், கன்சிஸ்டண்ட்டாக நீங்கள் கிளாஸில் டாப்பராக இருக்கணும், விடாமுயற்சி, அதெல்லாம் உங்களை இங்கே கொண்டு வந்திருக்கிறது. சில பேர் சின்ன கிராமத்துலேருந்து வந்திருப்பீங்க. இவ்வளோ பெரிய அரங்கத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய சில நண்பர்கள், சில குழந்தைகள் உங்கள் ஃபேமிலியிலேயே ஃபஸ்ட் ஜென்ரேஷன் கிராஜுவேட்டாக மாற போகிறீங்க. அண்ட் சம் ஆஃப் யூ மைட் பி த ஃபஸ்ட் கிராஜுவேட் இன் யுவர் ஹோல் ஃபேமிலி, இன் யுவர் ஹோல் லீனியேஜ் ஆஃப் ஃபேமிலி. And some of you might come from a small village, possibly the first person from your village to enter into an engineering college. And some of you might come from an urban area, and probably you might not have seen what a village is. And you have also come here. So it's a great mix of group. Great learning will happen over the next 4 years. And everybody will come and tell you this, but I mean it when I say this. The pillars of our country, the future nation builders are sitting here. With innovation, with your spirit, with your never say die attitude, you are going to build a great country. And I'll explain in my slide why I say that with numbers and data to just give you a buttress that you will build India in the next 22, 23 years. 2047 is a marker year. So whatever I say, whatever I speak, it is going to be applicable to your first 2 decades of your life. After you graduate, the first 2 decades of your professional life till 2047, because that is when 100 years of our independence, it is getting over. 1947, we got independence. 2047, we are looking at a marker year. With this, I once again congratulate you, once again welcome you. And 2 great gentlemen have come to the stage with me. And one happens to be my own principal when I studied in PhD Tech, Professor Monohar. That's why I took blessings by falling at his feet. And the person who was instrumental in making a lot of us. And he continues to teach even now. And his daughter also continues to teach. His father was also a teacher. So a generation of family that has given itself to the society only to impart knowledge to all of us. I respectfully bow my head in front of him. The other, a dynamic young principal, who I knew as a HOD sometime back, last 3-4 years, beautifully building this PhD high-tech into a global brand. Professor Kumar is also here. I take this opportunity to wish him well also. I got a slide for you because first day I didn't want to take a risk. And because it cannot be a monologue for long and long. So I have some slides which I thought I'll leave it back to you also. And this is your first step, but 1,000 possibilities. And what you choose to do over the next 4 years, so much possibility, so much momentum you're going to create. And that image shows very happy looking children. I made it through artificial intelligence yesterday, and all the pictures was created using AI. And possibly allowed to have your smiling pictures maybe a year from now in that slide. And we'll go to the next slide. So I thought, okay, you're going to learn more theories and laws and principles over the next 4 years. I thought I'll just talk about 4 laws today before I get into the data and numbers. 4 things that you should remember over the next many, many years of your life. The first one I felt you should remember something called the law of unintended consequences. And life doesn't go as per plan. And many of you never chose to come here. And some of you might have chosen to come here. And many of you were never chosen to take this degree and whatever degree you have taken. And some of you might have chosen to take this degree. The sum of choices that you made over the last many years, it has brought you here. For example, a person like me, when I entered PhD Tech, because my friend got into PhD Tech, day 1 of counseling in the morning. So I was also hell-bent in getting into PhD Tech. So each of us have a unique story why we want to get into PhD Tech, and some of you might have a different story. And all the choices you make, you cannot predict the outcome in the future. What will happen 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Because none of us can plan our life. And the friends you make, you are not even sure. It is all new friends you make. They might become your colleagues. Some of you might become your partners in the future also. And 10, 20 years from now, this law, when you look back, it'll work wonderfully well for you. The law of unintended consequences. So you got to accept that reality to make sure that I'm not going to plan everything. Sometimes life is a flow. We just have to enjoy whatever we are doing. And some of you might not have got the course that you wanted. No, I wanted that course, computer science or EC, I don't know, whatever is the flavor in the market now. But I got this. But maybe, like Steve Jobs once said, when we look back at our life later, all the dots will beautifully connect. You will know why you entered PhD Tech, PhD high-tech. You will know why you entered this course in PhD high-tech. Possibly you have taken this course in PhD high-tech. It has opened some possibilities for you. And you have taken employment with the first company after 4 years. So each step, it is a complex system you are part of. And it will create a lot of possibilities and opportunities for you. Just embrace it. Don't resist it. Don't fight it. The whole idea I'm trying to convey is be happy today. And be happy as long as you are in PhD high-tech. Embrace the course you have taken. and right, wrong. There's nothing called right and wrong. And you will see this theory operating 10 years from now very beautifully. And we'll just, okay, I will operate here. And again, I think young boy standing outside the industrial area with a trunk box. And possibly, I think that is me, 2002. Coming from a village, wondering what am I doing in Coimbatore, what am I going to do next many, many years. And this law, it has created a lot of memory. Two of our classmates have chosen to stay back with the alma mater and teach the next generation. And also the friendships that we made. New friends, new opportunities, new ways of looking at life, new connections. So this will work for you. Just embrace it and just go with the flow. Don't resist too much. God has a plan, you have a plan. Both will eventually merge. The second one I thought, before I begin into very serious issues, is a law called the Goodhart's Law. It was given by a British economist in 1975, a person called Charles Goodhart. And I want you to just spend some time reading this. It says when a measure becomes a target, it loses its effectiveness as a reliable indicator. And to paraphrase for the current context, when a measure becomes a target, and you all have come here, day one everybody will talk, you got to have a certain grade, certain mark, certain attendance percentage. There is a measure, there is a target. And if all through the next 4 years, if our life becomes chasing targets, meaning that to get a better placement, can I get A grade, can I get this grade, that grade, can I score all the time about 90%, then what happens? You will always find a way to get those marks. When a measure becomes a target, it loses its effectiveness as a reliable indicator. And my humble appeal to all of you is over the next 4 years, measures are important, targets are important. Don't confuse both. Getting a pass mark, very important. Getting a good grade, very important. Getting a 10 out of 10 grade is very important. But your life should not be consumed by only chasing that. That's why there is a cartoon next to it. It says, when you ask a person to make nails, if you just think about, measure the people on the number of nails made, he will make smaller nails. If you measure the person with respect to the weight of nails made, he will make only 3 nails, which is very big. Both the nails are useless. The bigger nail is also useless. Very small nails is also useless. So the target and the measure, you got to be very clear. Okay, I got to hear, learn new things, improve myself. If my communication is weaker, let me get better at it. If my personality, I have to improve it, focus on it, be a part of many clubs. Become sociable, become knowledgeable, become worldly wise. These are all measures that you should do it along with the target you are chasing. So just don't chase blindly only at a target. The paradox of choice. Your generation has got so many choices. You open a Netflix and research says people scroll 7 minutes in Netflix only to decide what movie they want to watch because it's so much movie. And you keep scrolling, you open it for a minute, again you close down, and some of you might experience it at Amazon Prime or whatever it is, even Swiggy, food you want to order, there is so much food. So now your generation, the problem is, it has got a generation with plenty of choices. And innovation never grows with plenty of choices. The problem is, a person who has got too many choices in front of him, when you come out, you are a rich man, you got 10 cars standing outside, you don't even know which car to board. Or you open your wardrobe in the morning, 15 dresses, 20 dresses, 30 dresses. You will take 5 minutes to understand what dress I should wear. So now you got to clearly understand, somehow you got to artificially limit your choices over the next 4 years. So that you should have a comfortable choice, lesser choice. You should be happy with that. So that your mindset gets become better to grow over the years. I'll give you some examples. Mark Zuckerberg, the Meta head, Facebook head, Instagram head. If you look at Mark Zuckerberg's dressing, he uses a simple dress, always same color. He uses a grey color sweater, always he wears it. Steve Jobs, till he was alive, black sweater, turtleneck sweater he wears. Barack Obama, 2 suits, blue and black. Monteng Singh Ahluwalia, former economist, blue color turban. Manmohan Singh always used to wear a blue color turban. If you keep studying the patterns of many people, they limit their choice because they don't want their mental energy to get wasted only in picking up among the choices. And this choice is generally seen as a positive thing, but in your case, you have so many choices. And my request to all of you is start drilling down, start focusing, more, specialize more. By the time you come out of college 4 years later, be clear where you want to get into it. Innovation, teaching, entrepreneurship, startup, working for a company, whatever be it is, don't allow too many choices to spoil you because you will never make a decision eventually. So this is a problem all over the world now. Now we are calling that as a choice-driven paralysis. The researchers are calling this as a choice-driven paralysis. More choice, you are not able to make a decision. Cobra effect. Sorry, the last theory. I'm not going to speak any more theory after this. The Britishers felt India has got too many cobras. They felt very uncomfortable. They said, okay, anybody who catches a cobra, I'm going to give you money. We are very smart, you see. So first the available cobras we caught, we gave it to Britishers, we took money. Then we felt it is not enough. We started cultivating cobras. We started creating a farm. We started cultivating more cobras. Then we started going and giving it to British. We started making more money. British understood, okay, my aim is to catch cobras, which is in the public domain. And these people have started a cobra farm. The British have said, no more money I'm going to give. Nobody should bring cobra. So what we did is, all the cobras we have cultivated, we again released back into the wild. So all the cobras came back. So now we have to understand the cobra effect in your life. When you start chasing a target, when you start focusing only on a single thing in life, marks, which can be quantifiable, so end of the day, it will paralyze you after a point of time because you will do anything and everything only to do that. You will become a unidimensional student. So just to illustrate, I kept this example because it works in sociological perspective all the time. So I'm again going back. So if you look at it, the four theories that we mentioned, the four theories that we mentioned, the law of unintended consequences, you can't plan everything, it will just happen. You got to embrace it, feel happy with what you got because it will take you to better places. And we mentioned about the good hearts law, measure and target, don't confuse both of that, just try to get a holistic perspective. We also mentioned about, thank you Anna, we also mentioned about the cobra effect where the thinking process should not only not on getting something here and there, so that your mindset is all the time focusing on cheating or improving and all the things. So as I stand in this stage also, very humbly I'm going to tell you some numbers before I get into the next one. Tata Consultancy Service, and many of you will get employed there. That is one of the biggest companies that comes to the campus. 6,12,000. So right now as we speak, Tata Consultancy Services, 6,12,000 employees are there. Infosys, 3,32,000 employees. HCL, 2,22,000. So these are big conglomerates, corporates now. And gone are the days of 1,000, 10,000 employees. It is all 6 lakh. You cannot even imagine 6,12,000 employees in one company. So you have a choice there. You have one choice there to take employment in a bigger company, bigger corporation, be a part of the cogwheel. Nothing wrong. It's a great company. It's a value-adding company to the globe and to Bharat. You can continue to focus on that. The second multiple options you have is higher studies. You want to improve yourself further, get into technical stream. Yes, one option. Start a company, create value addition in our country because India is an exciting place. Another option. Get into non-traditional sectors, civil service, teaching, NGOs, do an MBA, get into a corporate lifestyle. This is also possible. Now my goal in the next few slides is to try and help you to make a choice because of the nature of work I do a bit now, the exposure that I have a little bit in public life. So my goal is to help you to push to make a choice so that after 4 years, you are positioned to make a choice that gives you happiness and also you will make an impact to this world. Now, as we said, don't resist change, embrace it because unintended consequences will work and it will take you to places finally where you want to go. People might call it karma, people might call it different names, but eventually it will happen. Now, this is a slide I've kept here and people at the back, it might not be fully visible to you, I'll read it for you. In 1440, the movable type printing press got invented. You all know the name. It is Johannes Gutenberg who invented the printing press, 1440. The first printing press in England, it happened in 1476, which means quickly after technology. 1440 it came. In about 36 years, England had their first printing press. America was little late, 1539. So a good 19 years later, the Americans took that printing press to them. But if you look at Madras, the first printing press came in 1712, which is a good 272 years later, we got our first printing press. Goa got slightly early, 1556. Now, when the printing press came, different countries had a way of adapting to technology. Somebody wanted immediately, like England. Somebody just experimented for 99 years, they took it. Countries like England, because of the nature of problems that we had, the people who were governing us at that point of time, we took it a full 272 years later. So the story of a printing press, how it percolated down. So different people said different. A German monastery head said, I'll tell you, the man who uses printing press is only trying to conceal his own laziness. And Wilhelm Leibniz, along with Isaac Newton, sir, who created the calculus. Isaac Newton, you all know, the integral calculus was invented by him. So that the co-inventor, he said, books might lead society to fall back into barbarism. So any technology that comes, at that point of time, if you go back and see the history, nobody accepts it. Everybody will resist it because it is disturbing a way of life. It is disturbing a set pattern of thinking. How we have lived till then, it is not acceptable to the norms of the present day. So we always resist. But right now, as we speak, every minute the world is printing 274 books. For a printing press, which we said it is barbarism, I will not accept it. It will only perpetuate laziness. And America adopted 19 years later, came to Chennai 272 years later. Every minute we are printing 274 new books we are printing. Because I'm speaking for the last 10 minutes. Last 10 minutes we have printed 2,740 books in the world. Now, I'll give you one more example. Now, this is a light bulb. Thomas Edison invented it, he got a patent. And 1880 he got a patent, January 27. So 11 years the Americans adopted, they installed a light bulb in the White House 1891. So we all adapted it fast because it was a no-brainer, it's a good technology, we all adapted faster. But if you look at that point of time, the newspapers, what they wrote, they mentioned, do we really need it when gas lights work? When all the gas lights are working very well, should we need electricity? Electricity will create issues, house will burn, people will die of shock, and current is flowing. You never know what will happen in the night after you're sleeping. This kind of theories were perpetuated. And when cars came, people said, when horses are running faster, why should cars we need? They said, can we make the horse to run faster? Why should we need cars? Because that's how the horsepower came in car. Because when horses were the normal mode of transport, that speed we equated to engine speed, so we got the word called horsepower there. So every single technology at that point of time, since you're an engineering student, if you go back, read history, we all opposed it, saying that, the humanity opposed it, saying it is disturbing my way of living. It is disturbing a set pattern of working. When looms were there, before the hand looms came, the Luddites in England, if you see, again 1800, they went and broke all the looms, power looms, stating that you are disturbing our way of life. So now we have to understand, next 4 years, you will see a lot of technology into your life, whether you like it or not. This slide I've specifically kept it because you'll be exposed to a lot of technology. So I think by the time you pass out of campus and come out, possibly the world will see artificial generative intelligence, AGI we might see. We are just in AI and we are going at a breakneck speed. The computing power is growing enormously. By the time 2028, 2029, you will see AGI for sure. Computers might pass the Turing test also. It's a possibility. In 1950 he said, computers can never become intelligent than a human being. The Turing test is also on the verge. ChatGPT-4 couldn't break it. It came on the verge, it couldn't break it. And we are just waiting and watching how improvements they can bring to technology AGI. Now it is creating two kinds of fear. Okay, it is going to displace, it is not going to create jobs. It is going to create haves and have-nots with respect to technology. At the other end, we are also seeing an exciting future. Okay, cancer, we might see a cure. We might see a cure for a lot of diseases that we couldn't find a cure till now. But the example I'm trying to set in both this, the light bulb, the cars, and I'm going to set up with the printing presses, 200 years from now on, when the history is written, again for AGI, when somebody will make a slide, our words will be there, written there, saying that, no, if AGI comes, it will disturb our way of life, it will disturb employment, what will we do? But whether we like it or not, technology is here to stay. Driverless cars is here to stay, and possibly India will have a driverless car in a few years from now. You will also see that in your lifetime, the taxis will undergo a massive change. Once driverless cars, any of you going to San Francisco Bay Area now, you can board a driverless taxi now. Wyoming is there, Google runs it, you can just board it. It picks you at a spot, it drops you, it is visible for you. I still remember 10 years back, when they spoke about automatic cars also, I was a little apprehensive whether automatic cars will really come. Now every single car is an automatic. Nobody drives a geared vehicle. So technology is going to come, whether we like it or not. We've got to embrace it. You've got to find a possibility in that, find a way for you to grow. Because next 4 years, I'm going to see you getting bombarded with so much technology, consumer brands, manufacturing, the way we live our life, the choice selection that we have. So you got to guard yourself. Don't allow too many choices to spoil you. Be very clear what you want to do. At the same time, find a way to embrace this technology. Every new innovation was met with resistance, without a doubt, at different points of time. Just like how people are resisting artificial intelligence today, and it will also happen whether we like it or not. So this is the first part of the presentation that I had before I get into our country, very specifically where we are supposed to go in the next 20-22 years. Now it's a beautiful opportunity you have. We are one of the youngest country in the whole world. The median age is just around 29 years, and we have just become the world's largest populated country also, 144 crore, and a stable democracy. The number of unicorns we are registering is so high. Startup ecosystem number 3 in the world. We will see those numbers. So this is a great opportunity for you to make your mark, to unleash your potential, unleash your dreams, find areas you want to go and make a choice. Politics is also undergoing a rapid transformation as we speak. Possibly Tamil Nadu elections 2026 would be the last election without a 33% reservation for our mothers and sisters, women. And any election happening from 2026, 2029 Lok Sabha in Tamil Nadu will have 33% reserved for our women who are going to fight the election. We might have an increased seats. Right now we have 39 Lok Sabha. Once the census is happening in 2027, delimitation will happen. We will have more number of seats. And right now the number of MLAs in 2026 is 234. Possibly 2031 elections will have more than 450 MLAs there. So some of you might get into legislative assemblies, might get into member of parliament. You might become something in public life, and a lot of things. Next 4-5 years, so many things are happening in our country, and just embrace it. Don't resist it. Find a way to go with the flow and get your potential fully achieved and unleashed. As also, we have to understand, till now, we entered PhD Tech. Possibly, I'm looking back at my life. I've never traveled outside Tamil Nadu till I entered PhD Tech. I never moved out of my home city also, probably Karur and 2-3 other districts for education purpose. That was my maximum mindset. Karur, I studied in Namakkal, then I came here. And I'm sure many of you might have come like that. You might not have traveled much, possibly a couple of districts or possibly a state. Now the world is fast becoming interdependent and it's collaborative. Multiple languages, opportunities are more. Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Gurgaon, as we speak. So talent will always go to opportunity. Talent will never get stuck someplace. Some states are growing faster, some states are growing slower. States like Tamil Nadu, population-wise, we are slightly decelerating compared to other states in our country. Our total fertility ratio is 1.7, meaning a woman should give birth to 2.1 children. Only then the birth and the death rate would be equal. When the rate goes below 2.1, the death would go higher than birth. So Tamil Nadu, Kerala, a couple of states. So the death will start going up, then birth, because we have reached that thing and we have hit 1.7. Kerala is at 1.6. The TFR, the number of children per woman. So in your lifetime, in the next 10 years, anybody in Tamil Nadu will see the population shift that is happening, the out-migration, in-migration that is going to change. Cities like Coimbatore, if you are part of, which are thriving industrial cities, will also undergo some changes based on the population nature. You will see all those things. I'm very sure in engineering, when you do over the next 4 years, you will get abreast of all this. Technology you will understand demography, you will understand a bit of economics, you will understand a lot of engineering, so that you are preparing yourself to go out and compete in the global world. And PhD Tech, anywhere in the world you go, and I think as we speak, the Bay Area, they are holding a PhD Tech convention. I was told more than a couple of thousand people have registered in US. Anywhere in the world, any place you go, the alumni of PhD Tech will easily, even a small country will easily number hundreds, big country will easily number 1,000. So it's a global power-packed alumni now, I-Tech and PhD Tech combining. It is going to be humongous.